And that is the first thing you hear tonight. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Thursday night game of With Power Comes Our Mutants and Masterminds game. Before I hand this off to Marcus to jump into tonight's episode, I'd like to give a shout out to Roll20. Yes, I hear you. Which is what allows us to show you this map in the middle of the screen here to give our players kind of a, situational awareness as well as some immersion, and allow our viewers to kind of see what's going on. Also, most of our characters, or a few of our characters at this point in time, seeing as how we've found other avenues, were created through Hero Forge. Hero Forge allows you to make custom minis using anything from fantasy to sci-fi for your gear. You can paint it any particular way you'd like to. You create all sorts of characters with this. So go to HeroForge.com, check them out. If you're a subscriber, though, you can turn it into a digital version you can use in your digital games. Also, you'll notice at the bottom of our screen, we have GUICube. GUICube.com, go check them out. They are a fantasy world created by the company several years ago and has been expanded upon by the community itself. It's based loosely around the 5th edition world of like D&D, so if you go check them out, they've just got a Kickstarter that's got, I want to say, maybe 9 days left to it. Blood of the Con, if you go to GUICube.com, I'm sure they'll have a link there that you can check on and maybe even participate in the Kickstarter itself. Lots of stretch goals, because for some odd reason Alphinius Goo likes stretch goals. Also, if you're watching this on Twitch, we have 3 things of importance. The first thing, the most important thing, is we have Extra Life. You click on that link for Extra Life, it takes you to where you can donate to give to the Children's Miracle Network as well as the Children's Hospitals. We don't care whose name you click on to give or donate under, just as long as you do so, because it all goes to those kids. We're not worried about any kind of recognition at this point in time. We just want to make sure the kids get what they need. Also, we have a website that Marcus has been working on. A little information about the shows, the players, but we also have a shop, which is kind of important, that you can get memorabilia or whatever you want to call it, swag based off of our show. Like the little symbol in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, or the one right behind Marcus's head. You can get that put on a shirt, a rug, a blanket, or a mug. You can also get the one at the bottom right-hand corner with a full yellow band instead of just the outline. So go to the website and check out the shop. Also, if you're watching us on Twitch, down below at the chat, we have a little bubble off to the left-hand side. You click on that, the longer you watch our program, allows you to collect points. Those points can be spent to cause chaos on our Consequences of Chaos game on Friday nights, which is a 5th edition D&D. As of right now, we don't have any form of chaos that you can pull for this game or for our organized play, but once we've figured something out for that, you will be the first to know. Let's see. Think that's it as far as my particular announcements are concerned. I believe Josh has something, and then we'll hand it off to Marcus.
Yes, my name is Josh. I love this game, but I am also a part of another podcast called At the Dragon's Table. We do just a nerd culture podcast. We also do every Friday night. We do a thing called Trailer Trash Theater, where we watch a really bad movie and kind of riff over it. Tomorrow night will be The Room. If anybody knows what that is, that movie. It's been on the wheel for since the very beginning, actually, and we're so excited because it's so notoriously bad. And
And
every
memed,
other
apparently.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and it's every other week we do Trailer Trash Wrestling, where we talk about wrestling stuff. Coming up is the life and times of Stone Cold Steve Austin. We done uh, what was
New
the last
Jack.
wrestler we done? New Jack. We done New Jack last time. This time around, we're doing Stone Cold Steve Austin. So yeah, we get to see some. Of course, I picked the Zamboni stuff. That was always my. I loved that. So come watch it. We talk over that stuff like that. We got a website also, um, at thedragonstable.com. You can find all of our links there, all of our merch, all of our social medias. Join the Discord that we have. It's great. Go talk. We're just a bunch of nerds rolling funny shaped dice. That's what we do.
All right, so check that out. Marcus, we'll hand it off to
Yes.
you now to go ahead and jump into tonight's episode.
Alrighty then. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marcus Scott. I am running this group through a homebrew of mutants and masterminds. Now, for the most part, this is my first, as well as a few others, playing this game. So if the rules aren't the way you normally play them, that's fine. This is our game. We're here to have fun. Uh, with that said and done, let's go ahead and see who our cast will be for tonight. Starting with Sir Reginald. Let's see. Juicy finish the script.
Yes, Sir Reginald Humphreys Pennywise the Third. He is a 8.5 to 9 foot tall grizzly bear that is a psychiatrist, and he is here to make sure everyone's minds are the way they're supposed to be, that nobody's cracking under this pressure. And he's also got a bunch of mental powers and some other stuff that I've not disclosed yet. But yes, Sir Reginald, and he is a purveyor of all the finer things in life.
Alrighty. And below Sir Reginald is Kyle.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm playing Kyle. He's Dude the superhero. Hold on a second. Hey, Mom. Yeah, Mom, I'm pissed off. We got this damn psychiatrist they brought into the school. Yeah, he's a pain in the butt already. He keeps trying to make me feel my feelings. We already had one guy have to quit because he was going a little. And then the doctor, yeah, you met that doctor, didn't you? No, you didn't meet the doctor. But he had to leave because of the damn bear. It's all that bear's fault. The psychiatrist's fault, not bear. I'm sorry. He just looks like a big old bear. Yeah, Mom, I'm just fed up with it. They even got us doing all these training drills to make me fit, and something about you need to get more sun. It has not been a fun week. But I gotta go, Mom. Breakfast is ready. I love you. Bye. Hi, I'm Dude.
Alrighty. And Dude, buddy old pal.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gerald. I play Bobby Burke. Bobby is an optimistic 19-year-old powerhouse who is beginning to realize he may not be with the best people. Just starting to figure it out.
I guess it brings it to me. I am Dan Latham, also known as Shadow Gar in some social medias, and I am currently tonight playing Connor McBain, who is a former soldier who was... Not that this is ever really going to happen in real life, where the government will actually experiment on their own soldiers, but that is what happened to him, and it gave him certain abilities. Now that he's out in the real world again, thought to be dead, he goes by the name of Shadow Wolf. And apparently he is the babysitter for this group of children and animals now. I think he might be the only adult left. But we'll see. Speaking of animals, that brings us to...
And then hello, and I am Robert, and I play Army, the armadillo. Army is just your average hyper-intelligent, uplifted armadillo with nanotechnology and other things throughout his system. His hobbies include financial takeovers, building hyper-aware computers. So, yes, just your average, everyday armadillo.
The Professor Xavier to our little group.
Yes.
Or Jacob Marlowe would be the best way to put it.
Oh my god, I just got a picture of Army in like a little floaty chair.
You know what I mean by Jacob Marlowe, right?
Mm,
I figured Josh knows who I mean when I say Jacob Marlowe. Lord Imp, I think was
Lord
what
M from the Wildcats, yeah.
yeah. And the way he looks later on, not too far off from an armadillo.
All right. So, who would like to let our viewers know what exactly happened last week or last time we were?
Looks like Josh and Army don't. They only have 1 point. The rest of us have 2. So if they want to join an extra one, they can. If not, then
I'm okay. I mean, you guys can. I'm okay with just the one. Mainly because I can't remember what happened. So.
well, it was all right. So we all wake up last week, our last session, to information about an attack in Texas. Come to find out, the attack was brought on by one of our own who disappeared in the middle of the night and somehow made his way to Texas, broke into his ex-wife's house, grabbed her new fiance, beat the shit out of him to probably almost dead, if not, well, I don't think we actually got the exact reference of how bad he was beaten, and takes his kids to some place he thought was safe. Of course, a local hero stops the bad vigilante from kidnapping this poor woman's children, and of course our lovable friend Ricochet ends up locked up. Of course, the government group that I guess has a hand in what we do to a degree has stepped in and has incarcerated him and pit him with a psychiatrist, or psychiatrist, whatever. One of them shrinks and quacks and whatever you want to call them, that looks something similar to a bear. No, not similar. He is a bear. Yeah, Sir Reginald, who has joined us as well to try to figure out if any of us are going to crack from said stress. But before the bear shows up, and after we find out about what happened, or after Connor finds out about what happened to Ricochet, Connor decides to go on a little jog to the worst part of town that he could find, which is Miami. It's not too hard to find a pretty bad side of town, I'm sure. To where he gets caught up in the middle of a drive-by and uses his body as a projectile to try to, well, he just threw himself into the fucking windshield, ended up inside the front of the vehicle, pretty badly damaged, to where he proceeded to take out the gunmen that were in the car, one piece at a time, until the car itself wrecked, flipped, and he drug his damaged body out of the vehicle and just walked away from the accident without looking back. I guess his way of dealing with whatever stress was on his mind at the time. I'm sure it's cathartic, or I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be alright. There's nothing going to come back from that, I'm sure. Gets back home. Then we have to deal with going to the facility and discussing what exactly was going on with this group, with the decapitations and dropping bodies from the sky, and I guess beating a poor defenseless fiance half to death and kidnapping children. Sure. There's nothing wrong with this group, nothing at all. So now we all have to sit and talk about our feelings with a very large teddy bear. Yeah. Connor did a little pushback as him and his group were being rated for their actions. I mean, what did you expect? Half the group is teenagers. One of the other individuals who was not necessarily a teenager had the mentality of a teenager, seeing as how they didn't understand consequences, hence why they were taking samples of anything and everything that came by. I'm sure nothing else will come of that. Let's see. In the process of just dealing with all that, we get back to our base of operations, and Connor insists that the group do a little test or a little training exercise to see where they mesh together as a unit. And I guess as of right now, it seemed that they meshed halfway decent. They didn't lose any civilians to the issue. And what am I missing? I heard a tone.
Oh,
Okay.
don't
I
worry
see.
about it.
Oh, was it the roll you just made?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so little scenario of like a school or something being attacked, and it seemed the group did pretty good. I don't recall for certain if I don't think we killed any of the holographic bad guys. I don't recall that we did. I think we. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. I think we just disabled them. I don't think we actually killed any of them, or I didn't. I observed while the group did their thing, and that's where we kind of left off. Was finishing that up. Thank you.
Mhm.
I can't remember if there's anything I missed. I think that was pretty much the gist of it.
All right. Well, it's okay. Let's see. Down to battle. Okay. After your training exercise, I don't recall you actually killing anyone. I think you disabled pretty much everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It is getting close to dinner time. You start hearing the cowbell being rung. What would y'all like to do?
Eat.
I think it's food. All this running around making Kyle hungry.
The
The
bear
army
is
will be
going.
there for dinner.
Yeah, the bear will go freshen up, and then he will come to dinner.
Yeah, our army will be there. He's just probably not going to eat.
But
Connor might just turn the system over to a firing range for a moment and just pop off some shots before he goes and grabs anything to eat.
Okay. Alright. Well, you come on in. You see that, what's her name?
Vanessa or Kitty?
Vanessa. I wasn't sure if I brought her in this one or not. Jan, yeah, because Miss Kitty wasn't in there, was she? I keep forgetting.
I don't
I
recall.
don't think Kitty was in the simulation with us.
Uh-oh.
she was not.
She gets bad grades for today.
Well, her and Vanessa are cooking up some jambalaya. So, that seems more important than fighting.
Oh, yeah. Making food for
Well,
us
you
to
know,
eat.
her home ec batch.
Yeah.
Yes.
More important than seeing how well you mesh with the team. Gotcha. So once Connor gets done, practicing in the range, he will go grab whatever's left of the food and
Okay.
eat.
Alright, is there anything y'all want to do before you lay down for the night?
Well, Army is going to ask Connor and Vanessa. So, we have these issues. We do have a time limit before we need to be at the place that Dr. Avil and her group are going to be. Did we want to check out this Rendlesham Forest? And did we want to see where that ship that got tagged is going?
I gave the information on the tag ship to let the director. I'm sure we can contact them. They can let us know if and when that ship stopped, or if it's still on movement. I mean, they should be able to track it with their satellites. As far as Trigger's having issues back there. I was just checking on him. As far as Force is concerned, I mean, I don't know. Go lay down. And I don't even know if they're going to allow us to pursue any of the other avenues. We might have to check with the bear and find out what he knows. Or I'm sure Vanessa can check with the director and find out if we're clear to continue our investigation or if we're locked down for now, pending
Well, I
the
think-
bear's review.
Well, since I know that Vanessa was there, because I wanted to talk to her with Connor, so tell us if we can go out. Otherwise, is it more training sessions as we just did, or?
From my understanding, the bear is supposed to give a review tomorrow, and from there, whether or not we get clearance.
Okay.
And how is he going to make his assessment of us?
From what I understand, just how y'all work together as a team.
What,
but I'm
no,
not
no,
100% sure.
no one-on-one questionnaires and nothing like that.
I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know how this works.
Well, perhaps we should bring in Sir Reginald.
I figured since you was a company woman and all, you might know what kind of procedures they go by.
Are we at the dining table? Is this where this is happening?
Well, I'm sending a message to get ask Sir Reginald to come back.
Oh yeah, he will come out of he will come when he comes in the room. He's in his evening attire. He has cigars, things like that. It's time for dinner.
Is that a
He sits down. I
fucking-
rolled fine dining because I actually have expertise fine dining. He will go down. He'll make sure everything is set correctly. Where the forks and knives and stuff like that are supposed to be. And is there a wine cellar here? I don't know what pairs with jambalaya.
Truthfully, no, that we don't have we have a space that a wine cellar could be put. But we don't have one yet.
Well, I'll correct that shortly. And he'll sit down, he'll get his food and things like that, and start to eat. And it's like, oh, you had a question.
Yes. I was asking Connor and Vanessa, what is next? We do have a event that is coming up that we need to check on.
Well, are you referring to my report?
Well, that, but we do have some things such as Rendlesham Forest and in Suffolk, England, that we need to investigate. And
I've already
Dr. Evil has, we know that something is going down in, I think, Connor, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, I think we're down to about 2.5 weeks now.
Okay.
Oh, I've already made my report, actually. I think the group works very well together when properly directed. Let's put it that way. So you should hear something in the morning from our benefactors. But when it comes to that, I've requested to stay on as a permanent fixture, if you will, just to make sure everything flows good. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Just before we go any further, I have to ask: are you wearing a fucking ascot?
Well, yes. I'm glad you know. It's new. Thank you.
Oh, jeez, I didn't think anybody wore that anymore. But you're staying on.
Oh, yes. My things will be delivered in a couple of days. Yes.
Okay. Why? I shared with
Why
you,
not?
by the way, the name of the wine that goes with the jambalaya.
Okay. Oh, well, a man of taste. Thank you.
No, I just have
Why
to-
do I want to stay on?
Yeah. Why do you wish to stay on?
I haven't been this stimulated in some time. I think I may write a paper on the group. So more investigation, is more what is the word? Flow. How the group flows together. People would make a fantastic psychiatric paper.
Okie dokie.
Well, sure, as long as
So-
we're all, anonymatized.
Oh, of course. I would never, ever. Names will be changed to protect the innocent, if you will.
I mean, we do have a minor, so I hope, or a couple minors, so I do hope so you do that.
By the way, what do you call this group? What is it? You're not the Avengers or whatever the comics are. Whatever. What do you call the group?
Well, since he's bankrolling all of this, we just decided to call ourselves Army's Corps.
I like it. Oh, I'll have a second, please.
Since Kyle is coming, Kyle, I have created something, and I think I need you to try it out.
What's up, Barney?
Well, you've been talking about all these video games.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
playing one
I
right
kind of-
now.
Well, I kind of compiled them, and I built a first-person shooter in the Danger Room.
You did what?
Well, I have at least 5, I think they're called levels, for you to deal with.
Bobby, come on. And Kyle grabs Bobby like he's pulling me.
What do you mean by first person shooter?
Well, it's he mentioned things like Mass Effect and Resident Evil, and there was
zombies?
something else, huh?
We got zombies?
Well, I mean, I compiled tropes from various video games and made a post-apocalyptic game.
Are you trying to tell
Yeah.
me there's video games called Resident Evil and what's this, Mass Effect?
Effect or
Mass
something.
Effect, actually.
So you see Bobby's like walking, I'm sure just walking behind Kyle like what the hell's going on? But Kyle's like pushing Bobby, pulling him, and they finally show up. What you got? Arnie, give me some zombies. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Sure. And it has a tutorial section.
Okay.
This is where you go to get your gun, your first gun,
I'm
and they're
still,
all holographic.
I am still confused as to what this first person shooter thing is supposed to be. You just give me names of weird,
As
like,
far as I understand, it is a game where you take on the role of the person shooting the gun, and
Yeah.
you are then fighting various creatures.
we just called that flat out combat training. I mean,
I got the shotgun.
Yeah, but I'm just now starting to learn about video games thanks to Kyle's.
It's called Obsession.
I will follow
I thought
them.
it might help him to focus.
I follow them to wherever the hell that Bobby's being pushed and pulled to. Is Kyle visible through all this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Kyle is like, you have not seen Kyle wanting to do something as much as, if you would have saw his face when he got on your bike, would not even come compared to this. Live action Call of Duty? Fuck yeah. Zombie Call of Duty.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Connor will
it's
follow.
basically zombie Call of Duty.
Yeah, Connor will follow, but at the same time, when he sees you going excited about whatever these stupid names are, he will look at the bear to see if the bear's jotting things down.
You're muted.
He's very interested in his jambalaya and his wine and things like that. The only thing he done is he did when you were like Call of Duty or Mass Effect. Yes.
The bear knows it. Knows what these
Yeah.
games are.
Yes.
Great.
Just-
Not feeling aged at all. Thank you, Yogi.
I've got a
appreciate that.
minor in pediatric care. I understand.
So when Kyle gets down there, where you were trying to tell him to do certain things during the combat to train him, all of a sudden he looks like he knows tactics and knows how to use a shotgun and all this stuff that you were trying to teach him before that he wasn't listening to. All of a sudden has seemed to show up like never before, and you're kind of going, where the hell did this boy come from?
And then I asked the question that comes to mind the first time you kill something. I'm like, why are you squatting over its face?
Teabagging it, man. Don't you understand anything?
I've
You gotta mark your kills.
sorry.
Okay. I just picture
so-
Kyle jumping around.
Yeah.
You mentioned
Shooting.
you mentioned you doing that and what it's called, and Connor's like, it's okay, because Connor goes teabag. I know. No, never mind. He walks over to the side, continues watching.
But him and Bobby working as a team. Now Kyle is physically not able to do some things he's trying to do. But him and Bobby working as a team, they are clearing this tutorial section. Like where did these people come from?
Yes. So does Bobby like the first-person shooter concept?
Bobby likes games where he fights against monsters and zombies and stuff like that.
Sit.
Yeah. You're fighting mutant zombies. So
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Alrighty. So this will continue on, I guess, throughout the night as everyone heads to bed.
At some point in
After you get
time,
Red Bull.
after they've gotten like so many, after they've done it so many times, eventually Connor will just kind of jump in and join them. Because
Okay.
he doesn't see this as a video game. He says this is combat training. Because the way this is, because the way
We need
this
to
is
make
set
you a
up,
remote control dude that you can pilot from here, but in the field.
well, I mean, we could always ask Max. I mean, I don't know where did the fucking doc go?
I think he's locked in the lab again.
Yeah, he does a lot of that. So just somebody make sure he gets some food.
He's probably growing some in there.
I don't think he'd want to eat whatever he's growing in there. If you, whatever. He just goes back to.
So Reginald will get some food and things like that, and he will physically take it to Baxter.
Okay. As you try to open up the door to his lab, you realize it's locked. You knock a few times, and it's cracked open just barely. You can see his eyes like, what? What do you want?
Food. It's been a while.
Oh, thank you. The guy then slams the door in your face and locks it.
Okay. Well then. Good night.
Now, oddly,
Yeah.
oddly enough, as a player, and he said he was not going to be joining us for a little bit. I was thinking, okay, he's going to create something new, so now we need to make a new character based off all the shit that he's been messing with as a new, what?
And a new bad guy that gets loose in the fucking house.
Yeah, the symbiote gets loose.
So
and
he
it's
makes our version of Ultron.
It has all our powers, yeah.
An abomination.
yeah, we'll just call it Captain Wreck-It.
Captain Wreck-It.
With our powers combined. Alright, yeah, anyway.
Alright.
We probably run, as Connor will call it, running simulations. Kyle and Bobby will probably call it just playing the fucking game. We'll probably lose track of time.
Okay. Well, about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you are still at it. That's usually about the time you realize, oh shit, it's ready for bed. As y'all head to bed, Connor, some odd reason, this is the best sleep you've ever had.
Yeah, don't doubt it.
You. Okay. All the stress and anger and everything you've had for years seems to have subsided for a bit.
Oh, well, that's something different.
You're not tossing, turning. You don't feel like you're falling.
Not having any of my dreams of combat.
No. Well, you do have a dream of your team back at your home duty station, at the bar, shooting the shit, shooting darts, having a great old time.
Yeah, that's probably
Or-
something Connor ain't dreamed of ever.
So, you wake up probably, see, it's probably going on noon by the time you all wake up. For someone who only sleeps a couple hours, you slept like a baby.
What is this?
Nothing. I hit a button.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Looks like Vanessa had spiked the jambalaya. Oh,
well, Connor will brew some coffee in his coffee pot in his room, but he'll sit there at his desk and try to think about what the hell's going on. Because this is odd for him. He's not had a night like this since well before the drone strike.
Yeah.
Great, my grandson's not in his room, and he's got some sort of alarm going off.
Let's see, Kyle, Bobby, y'all slept like you normally would. Same with, Army, you don't sleep, do you?
no.
Yeah.
Immune to sleep.
So that's how your morning goes as you wake up to smell of Monte Crisco's being cooked in the kitchen.
Connor doesn't show up at any time
Okay.
because he's still trying to wrap his head around what. I mean, that's the bad part. He had a good night's sleep and slept too long, and now he's trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong.
So Reginald's already he's in the kitchen. He's brewed some tea.
Okay.
He might actually send a message to Army at one point in time, even though I just saw Robert get up from his chair.
He said he's still listening, so.
Oh, is he?
Oh, no, I'm here. I'm listening. So, yes, if you send me a message, I will
I will
get a message.
probably send you a message asking you if we have any kind of internal sensors that can see if we had any weird, like, effects go off in the night or something. Like something out of the
let me check.
ordinary. Maybe an intruder or a gas leak, or he'll just rattle off some random things that maybe something like that.
Leak.
Well, I will check, and so I will interface with Central Computer. Your cortisol levels seem to be a lot lower than normal.
Yeah. Is there something
I
that
mean, you seem less stressed. And yes, I am looking at the base's security footage.
Yeah. As you're going through, no security alerts, no safety issues like gas leaks or carbon monoxide poisoning buildup or anything along those lines.
Okay. No, everything is I'm sure that there is an expression that you would use to say everything's okay.
Yeah,
Is it?
everything's normal, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's not normal, but I understand what you're trying to say. As far as your reading's concerned, everything is optimal. Nothing, no issues. 5 by
Right.
5, however you want to put it.
Yeah. And the biosensors are showing that everyone is healthy.
I appreciate you checking on it. And he goes back to trying to rattle around in his mind why, after 15 years or so, he's got a good night's sleep. But that's
All
it.
right. Okay. Well, back in the kitchen, you have Reginald, Vanessa, Amelia, all sitting there munching down the sandwiches. Vanessa will let Reginald know that she heard word from the director. We are cleared as long as the reports keep coming back that you're saying everyone's A-okay and not a threat to society.
No one here is a threat to society, I promise you. A little high strung, maybe, but nobody here is a threat.
Very well. Okay. Where is everybody? Anyways.
Bobby is following the smell of the sandwiches.
Okay.
Are these deep fried?
Yes, they are.
Oh my
How
God.
else do you make a Monte Cristo?
I don't know. This looks like a ham and cheese sandwich, but then you like put stuff on it, deep fried it.
Yes.
It's amazing.
She is quite good at what she does.
Yes.
You should make restaurant
I can't-
stuff.
I can't wait to introduce you to Bartholomew.
Oh, is he coming?
He should in the next couple of days. He should come, bring all of my things, of course. There'll be a few trucks.
Because you plan on staying with us for a while.
Oh, of course. He's my butler, of course.
Okay. What is Kyle doing?
We
He's
got a
still
rich
sleeping?
armadillo and a bear with a butler.
I'm texting Kyle. Dude, they have deep fried sandwiches.
What? Deep fried what?
Star sandwiches.
Trigger, all of a sudden starts jumping on. What?
Actually, I picture like Trigger's like he's good. He's great with this like lazy life, and like you're laying there in the bed, covers all messed up. Trigger's beside you with all four paws up in the air,
And then he smells the sandwiches.
yeah.
And Trigger's like, okay, time to get up. So, okay, on my way. And you see the dog enters like a full minute before Kyle gets in there. Kyle's in, his sleepwear, which is a t-shirt and shorts. And like, what's this about a hairs like all over the place? Where's this?
Sandwich, but they deep fried it. Like
Oh,
totally
okay.
deep fried it.
I need another Red Bull. I'm sleepy. Oh. He goes over and actually grabs the pot, the coffee pot, pours like a third of the coffee, then goes and gets a Red Bull, pours that in. And
Trigger's already got the Red Bull in his mouth. Like,
Thank you. Oh, here's something to do.
A little of that in the bowl.
So he splits it in the coffee and then the bubble. And then goes over and gets one. Wow. No, yes, I'm actually doing that. Getting the sandwich. Yeah, I know. I'm just picking. So Kyle's sitting down and he's, ouch.
That's why I son to lay down. When I was getting him up on my hands, he opened up something that was already scratched. So
Oh, okay. So, does it have the sauce too? Oh, Marcus is not there. Never mind.
yeah, I think his mom said something to him a second ago.
Gotcha.
I'm sure. I mean, there's a bear that has a butler. I'm sure they have all the appropriate accoutrement.
So he gets the sauce, and it's like, you know, where most people just dip it. Kyle like dumps it on the once he figures out what the sauce is for, dumps it on the sandwich, and his hands and face are covered with the sauce and the sandwich pieces by the
There's
end of it.
more stuff.
Dude, they put even you. What she said is you can put powdered sugar on it and then put the sauce on it.
Wait, hold on. You deep fry a sandwich and then put sugar on it.
Yep, and then the sauce is sugar. Dude, I'm gonna be wired.
This is the best brunch, I guess. I don't know. What time is it?
Trigger, what time is it?
Oof. He does a point at the clock.
Yeah.
He does the dog count thing. 1, 2, 3.
We need to get him one of those Doug the Dog voice boxes.
Well, you get the little buttons that he walks up to us and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
slaps it. Why?
Stupid.
Me
Red
too,
Bull,
but-
Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull.
Yeah.
So
That's just.
Kyle and Bobby are like figuring out this whole Monte Cristo thing that you put the powdered sugar on it, you get the sauce you put on it, and when it's all said and done, Kyle has a face full of the sauce, powdered sugar, pieces of the sandwich. He went to town on this, and so did Trigger.
The trigger like licks your face to get it all off.
Lay down.
Well, he put a sandwich down for Trigger too.
Oh, he finished that. Now he's licking your face.
I
So
know
what's
it's
up, guys?
fun.
Oh God, that was good.
Well, thank you.
Off.
Y'all slept forever and a day.
I feel heavy.
Bobby, normally you eat those protein shakes. Of course you're gonna feel heavy. That's real food.
I ate 2 of those sandwiches.
Okay, I couldn't do 2. Maybe another hour.
More
after
if you
that.
need.
I don't think I need to. I think I. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I need to eat anything else right now.
Hold on a second, I'm about to say something dull.
What? Aw.
Oh.
Assuming that's the only one with a fur ball that wants to jump in the way.
Well, we got a storm going and thunder and all this. And
Oh yeah.
160-pound dog is a fucking little bitch.
What kind of dog is it?
Stop.
I have no idea.
Mutt.
It's a miniature cow.
That's a miniature cat. Well, you're not wrong.
Damn.
Holy bejesus.
Oh, a pretty boy.
Yeah. We put a saddle on him and ride him.
Wait a minute. Is that Bajango?
Yep.
That looks like Bajenga. So,
Okay, sorry about that.
You weren't joking when you said 160-pound dog.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, Dragon's only 80-something pounds.
I got one that's 140, but she doesn't get up on me. She doesn't get up often.
I used to have a pug, but not anymore, but I used to.
I've got a lot of people that say they're pups in my house, but I don't know if that counts. Thank you, Robert.
okay.
No.
Anywho,
Moving
On a
on.
different note,
anyway, the superhero game.
Yeah. So Vanessa lets y'all know that y'all have been cleared. So what y'all have? That's my guy friend. Thank you. What do y'all have planned for today? We all yeah.
More live action Call of Duty. Let's go, Bobby.
I don't know. I think I need something else.
You need to go to the bathroom?
Well, after that. But there's a thing that I've been working on. I'll show you.
Okay.
And I'll go in there and like on the like settings menu, whatever. I'll hit a few things and it'll open up and there's like a dojo. And there's like a
Ninja zombies!
not exactly. It's more like a more of a straightforward training scenario. I'm learning martial arts.
Oh, I know Kung Fu.
Okay.
Show me. But you're doing the Matrix thing.
It just takes a little longer this way.
Yeah, I wish you could just download shit in your brain like that.
With the
Oh.
right powers.
This one is judo. I already did sumo. This one's judo.
Yeah, but how can you do sumo? You're not huge and fat.
You don't actually have to be fat. You just have to be like hard to move, and I can do that.
Kyle walks out into the middle of JoJo, does the sumo stance, say, "Come on!"
Okay.
Woo!
All
So
right.
Reginald
Bring
looks over at Connor and be like, I got 5 on the short stocky one.
Uh-huh.
As soon as Bobby touches him, Kyle goes flying. When he hits the wall, it doesn't seem to hurt him all that much. He does go flying with barely a touch.
Trigger's like, covers his face like,
I now have it. I now spent some points, and I have a strength of 1.
1.
Okay.
You're above average.
Kyle's starting to fill out, man. He's got a bicep.
Oh, I swear there's a muscle there. I swear.
No, that is not a zit. That's a muscle.
It's on both arms.
All right. So you train a little bit in your dojo. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Mm-mm.
I thought we were supposed to be going to Texas.
We are.
No,
Do we need to go back to Texas?
I don't think Texas
Oh,
is...
where was it? Where you're following a boat, correct?
Yes, but
Yeah.
we also need to get to Rendlesham Forest.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yes.
Connor will ask at some point in time, the bear, is there something with your expertise that we should know about that maybe is passive?
No, I don't think I have any passive abilities.
Because he is still...
Why do you ask?
Just, I don't know. Actually had a halfway decent sleep last night.
Well, I'm glad to hear. Well, you was a workout, then you got playing the kids, and like maybe a happy mood you were in. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You shouldn't be
I'm
so
familiar with this.
negative.
You'll have to describe it.
What is this
No
happy...
need to be negative.
What is this happiness you're referring to?
Mr. Connor, everyone deserves happiness. Even an edgelord like yourself, as the kids would say.
The fuck is an edgelord?
I don't. Ask Kyle. I'm not 100%.
As I turn to look at Kyle fly back against the wall a third time.
Oh yeah, he's making. Bobby's trying to actually do stuff, and Kyle's just like in the middle of it. Just every once in a while, Bobby just slaps him.
I just see Kyle run into him. Ah! And Bobby
We're
just
all-
kind of
we're all
sidesteps
talking
and
all
does
the
this.
In the background, every so often you see Kyle go, ah! Stop.
His legs
So
up in
we're
the air.
heading to the forest. that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think we're going to hit the forest first because the other one is still have 2 weeks out at least. And we
Well,
don't.
we're still waiting on word about where the ship went.
Right,
but
we
that
haven't heard
could
word
take-
on that. That could
Yeah,
take a few
but
more
that could
days.
also take days.
Yeah, you still see it out somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, heading in a more western
But
direction.
but it is
or
moving.
eastern.
But it
Yes,
does
it's
show
moving.
different signs of movement. The question. All right.
And I will. Has anyone done any research on this forest?
Connor's
We
not a
had
researcher.
originally, but if you want to, Army will now start doing research on it, and I will also send out my hacker fork to find more information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Connor's not a researcher.
And
And I do
Yeah.
things 3 times as fast.
At some point in
Mentally.
time, I will check on Baxter
okay.
just to see if he's still alive in there and that none of his experiments have killed him yet.
Well, you knock several different times, and you hear him say, "Go away, I'm busy."
Yeah, I'll probably seep in there and check on him. Unless it's airtight.
It being a lab, it probably would be airtight.
Yeah,
In case it.
That's the question: is his entire lab airtight, or has he got like an airtight chamber for other reasons?
Well, let's say he has.
He probably
airtight
has an airtight.
chain.
Hermetically sealed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you does have, you know, so you're able to seep into the front office and you can see that he's in there. He's got vials of different colored liquids that you see him putting together, and give him perception.
Sure, 'cause I am so good with those. Oh, I hit it. I hit it again. Nope, I think it's trying to load.
Yeah, well, Tony's having issues. I was trying to load.
There we go.
There we go.
So 6 would be the first perception that counts.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, they're liquids, but he's alive and he's doing something. So I will exit.
Yeah. Okay.
I will probably tap on the glass and tell him I'm about to go check on the forest, and then he's going to probably give me some excuse. We're about to head out.
As you knock on it, you see him kind of startle and kind of shake a bottle. He's like, "Go away."
We're about to leave.
Slowly sets this bottle down and kind of backs away a bit. Yeah.
Are you coming?
I can't leave this here. Bad things will happen. I'll catch up.
Sure. All right. And he'll vanish. It just missed out and go back outside the door.
All right.
Yeah, Connor's not. I mean, not Connor. I'm Connor. Baxter will not be joining us. Apparently, he is very into whatever it is he's currently working on.
Oh, that is a shame.
Did Kyle survive that? Did he get in the way of it?
Sorry, I was just putting stuff in and hit the button.
Kyle gets up off the ground. All of a sudden, a chain comes. Like, oh wait.
Oopsie, my bad.
Got a little carried away.
All right.
What happened last time you forked out with a chain?
Hey, it went fine.
A motorcycle comet flew by you.
That was mine for me.
All right, so we want to check out this forest first.
Yes.
Vanessa,
But I
you...
have- Yeah, Flyus, do you want to take the liner or the aircraft.
Well, from who? Army's one that did the research on it. So I mean, we need the smaller craft, or we need a larger craft. I mean, what are we looking at here?
Well, I mean, first of all, do we have clearance? Or do we? What clearance? Looking at Vanessa, what clearances do we need to land in London or land in England?
Uh,
Do we
There's
need to
a Air Force base there, isn't there?
do we need to call the Queen?
yes.
I guess what I'm trying to say
I
is this an official visit to England, or can your ship
I,
be
our
concealed?
ship can be concealed. So if you want to,
This forest is in England.
yes.
Yes. Suffolk?
Yes, Suffolk's.
County.
It's up there near the border of England and Scotland. Used to be part of Scotland before England came and took it. There's a nice little house up there. The Belleville Manor.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Sorry, that ancestral land up there. So we will go on break so I can deal with this dog and deal with the folks and give you all time to do some your own research on the forest, and I will be right back.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and take ourselves at least a 10-minute break. We'll see you in a little bit.
I'm just putting together a note for y'all.
All right, and we are back. Watching Kyle fly back and forth as he tries to push Bobby. Oh, what do we got? Sir Reginald is hot.
That would be my girlfriend.
Sir Reginald, you have an admirer. Why is Sir Reginald is smoking hot?
That's my girlfriend.
Well, I hope it is, or else she might be upset.
That might be a little weird, but yeah.
So, Tall Till Taverns, that's your girlfriend's name?
No?
No.
Marcus
What?
is like, I didn't. Marcus is like, I didn't type anything. Let's see. Buckland.
That's my last name.
Okay, so you're in Buckland.
Mhm.
So now we know who Buckland is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That's me from time to time in your Friday game going, hey, disadvantage everybody.
yep. Because we saw that last time. We gave that, and we got it at the very end. It's like we'll have to go back and redo it. So we actually, everybody had the disadvantage at the DM's choice during last Friday's game.
So I've been doing that. That's me going in going, hey, hey, hey.
Alrighty then. Oh, the dog is adorable. I didn't see that. Okay, thank you. Believe that's probably for Marcus, not me. It's probably about when you're showing your big dog getting all in your lap. Anyway, we're back into the game. What we're doing?
We are getting prepared to go.
To England, London, whatever. It's got some trees.
England, Jolly-Hoed England.
Well, yes. What I was saying is, if okay, Vanessa,
Yes.
you understand some of this better than I, the politics of the situation. So,
Yes.
DICE is this is a national organization. Is there a British version of this?
Not necessarily.
Is it a global organization?
Yeah.
Is it a global organization?
It is organization that the top governments know about but don't necessarily
Avow?
yes, if that makes sense.
So we can have authority to go into Britain.
Right.
Do we need to tell anyone?
Yeah.
No.
You should be good. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the next thing. Looking, having done some research, I know there are some old air bases there, which means we could fly and use your jet that lands vertical landing jet, to easily get in. The runways are not big enough for the Dreamliner. And we don't necessarily have vehicles over there, so they can easily be acquired.
Well, you've got your tablets.
Yeah. So, I think the question for everyone is, which way do you want to go?
Well, we need to make the best tactical plan for this. If we can't take the big plan,
Passport.
Army,
We need a passport?
can you handle that for him?
I can handle that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I have access to DICE, I can handle that, so.
I figured by now you had access to all sorts of governmental-based databases. You can make a passport for him.
Well, we can land and take off. Let's just take the one where we can do that instead of having to use the airbase.
Yeah, I think the airbase is going to land. And you've got your, like I said, you've got your little nanite based we can use for a vehicle, I suppose.
Yes, yes, as needed. So, um, I will work on the passports en route.
Okay. Alrighty. I will show you this. This is
Reginald.
which.
Reginald will be in his street attire, his hiking attire, something just like a track suit, stuff like that.
The rest of the group will have some different design base, but it'll still have the same like purple and black, except for of course Bobby's got his yellow T-shirt that he's thrown over it, and Connor's got like a sleeveless red trench coat that he's thrown over his. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That there is what you're able to discover about the incident, as well as the alleged. Why can't I? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
What?
From the binary that this Sergeant Jim Pinson, he touched it. He got a shit ton of binary and wrote it all down that kept running through his head. And then someone decoded that binary and came up with this. Now, your deep dive with your hacker thing, you notice that the government did find something inside once they removed the ship.
Yes.
And inside they found some sort of creature.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it was already dead, but it had similar DNA structure of those of Earthlings, but it had a strange DNA marker.
Okay. Is that DNA marker similar to the one we've been spotting?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a young humanoid
Interesting.
creature inside this, but that was all put to hush hush. This is just what you can find on conspiracy theorists and alleged known witnesses.
This is something
Okay.
that actually happened, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All except for the alien body.
Yeah, I'm just saying the coordinates that are put in.
Yes.
Interesting.
And plotting those coordinates on maps, do we know?
Well, one is a temple.
Yes.
It's like an old Aztec temple.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you've already started putting them in?
Yes, I have. Out of my own curiosity. I'm looking at the
Yes.
second one now. The second one is Sedona Oak Creek in Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a spot, empty spot in the desert.
Okay.
And I'll keep looking them up. You can go ahead,
Okay.
Marcus.
Yeah. And one of them actually, see if I can actually, is this the, okay. I will put this in to save you some time, unless you really want to look them up.
Another one
Okay.
is Al Haram, Giza? It looks like the Great Pyramids to me. Yep, exactly what it is. The actual location is like the Giza necropolis. That's the third coordinate.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would you have actual list of what they all are?
Yeah.
Oop.
If it loads. And then I will show you. Oh.
Okay.
Belize, Sedonia, Arizona, Great Pyramid, Giza, Nazec Lines in Peru, Taishanku, China, Porta at Temple Apollo in
Greece.
Naxos, Greece, and the last one by Brazil.
But that's listed as the origin of wherever that device came from. Interesting. Alright, I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, you're fine. So you make your way to the forest. And let's get you all there.
Who gave us the mysterious note?
That was the translation from the binary
Gotcha. Okay.
that was coming off of that. That way it saves you time from having to actually physically do it, unless you feel like doing it.
No, I'm good. I just
I
started
like
doing it because
you.
I saw it to begin with.
Yeah. All right. Now, this location here is the alleged crash site, where you see a alleged replica of what the government took away. That's what's in the Radon Child Forest image.
Mm-hmm.
And you have their official report.
Right here, where I painted the square.
Yes.
Okay.
You do notice that this kind of turned into a tourist attraction. You see trails, and you see little placards about, hey, this location, they saw lights over here, and basically a little tidbit on the staff sergeant and the other airmen that responded to this initially, a little bit about them and all that. But as you're looking around, you really don't see anything out of the ordinary except for a tourist attraction. So what would y'all like to do?
Okay.
They are people walking around, right?
Yeah, there are people, kids with their families, grandparents who were there at the time talking about, oh yeah, I was coming down the road over here and could see the lights, and just talking to the kids about the incident.
I'm going to activate mental invisibility that I have.
Okay.
So I don't know why it won't post, but it's all senses. It's limited to minds, and it's resisted by will. Basically, it's just a concealment 10 for. So basically, I can walk around.
Okay.
Won't notice like there's an 8 foot tall grizzly bear walking around.
if that makes sense.
Yes.
And Arnie will be riding on Kyle's shoulder for right now.
Okay.
I'm just checking to see if Connor sees through it. Because it affects everybody, right?
Yeah, anybody with minds.
Okay. And you said what was the DC to be able to see through it?
It's resisted by will, and it's 10, so it'd be a 20 altogether.
Okay, so I don't need to see through it. I have a 19.
It's not selectable. It's not money, so I can't like to say you guys can see me, but
As you're all walking around, you realize the bear is no longer with you.
Well, that
he
makes
would
it easier.
he would tell you that, like, don't worry, they won't shoot me. So
That's fine.
Well, that is good.
Yeah,
And he seems-
we don't see you either, so I guess it is all good.
So what would y'all like to do?
Well,
Any kind of
First,
additional investigation? Or?
make our way
Well,
towards where
there's-
this device is, right?
Yeah.
Kyle's like, what are we doing here again?
Just whispering, we're looking into this incident. There's also a stone circle up here,
What incident?
a UFO incident.
There's a UFO here. You can tell he has not been listening to anything y'all have been going over. He's been playing this game the whole time.
Could you put me down?
Sure.
Okay, I am moving some points around in my dynamic nanite utilities, and I am popping up post cognition,
Okay.
and I'm going to sit on the site, supposedly where this thing landed, and I am letting my neurotendrils burrow into the ground from underneath me and doing post-cognition.
Okay. And what does that do for you?
Well, I am looking it up since this was the first time I have called upon this ability. Okay. Your senses no, that's future. Your senses extend to the past, allowing you to perceive events that took place previously. You can make perception checks to pick out past events in an area or from a subject. You set the DC based on how obscure and distant it is in the past. From DC 15 for a vague vision to 30 for nearly complete knowledge. Your normal present day senses do not work while you're using post-cognition. Your awareness is focused on the past.
Okay.
It lasts for as long as I concentrate. And
So,
post-cognition does not apply to sensory effects like mind reading or any other ability requiring interaction.
okay. So, that 15 will go up every 5, so 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, so you want me to just roll and see where we get?
Yeah. Alrighty. You get flashes of what seems to be, it might be a meteorite type object come crashing through the trees and landing in the spot. You get flashes of a couple military men, can't really make out their names, pointing at them, pointing their M4s at them, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. You do see one reach down and touch the object, and it seems to get like an electrical shock from it and
Mhm.
falls back. Then after a little bit, you see more lights surrounding it. You see more government type officials. Some folks in was that hazmat gear
Yeah.
coming out. You see them with some like heavy machinery to pick up this object and load into a truck. And that's about it that you get from here.
Okay. So Arnie will come back over and kind of put his paws on Kyle to get picked up, and will, because if there are tourists around, I'm not going to go teleport him.
Oh, look, Mommy, it's a pet rat.
And say to Kyle, hey, can you get us all together?
Sure. Hey guys, come over here.
Everybody
Subtle.
looks at you,
Yes, that
starts
was very
walking
subtle.
towards you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You see
Um,
strangers coming up as well.
I don't think he was calling you.
huh?
Oh, he hollered at everyone.
I think he said you
No, I was talking
guys.
to my family
I mean,
here.
do you actually?
God. Y'all are so nosy. Go away.
No, Kyle. There's no need
How
to be rude. No need to be
Me
rude to the
rude?
people.
You're putting your nose in my business. Oh, farty.
He's adopted. Sorry.
Damn Americans.
Correct.
A bit of the Tourette's.
Yeah, he's got that nervous tick. Too much Ritalin.
He gets this from his mother.
What's Ritalin?
Once we're together, Arnie says, okay, it did occur. The event did occur, but that's about all I could figure out. It's not easy picking up things from the past.
Again, what are we trying to do here?
Well, obviously, Dr. Abel and the Obsidian Brotherhood were interested in this place. And considering High Brazil is one of the coordinates, we probably need to look around and figure out if there's anything else out here.
So we're looking for alien parts? Are we looking for a secret base? Are we looking for... What are we looking for? I don't know what to look for.
Well, I mean, do we have any way of scanning to look for anything that hasn't already been found by different governments that have checked this place out?
You can certainly try.
So I have a cute smell. Can I get straight up onto the device here and kind of sniff around, see if there's anything that, I don't know, can I pick up anything, is what I'm saying. It's not analytical or anything like that, but maybe
You just-
there's something.
An odd smell compared to the rest of the forest.
Correct.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll.
It would be perception, right? Or,
Yes.
or investigation.
Whichever one's higher for you. Okay. You do pick up a scent of a decay, but not as like a dead body or thing. Seems like some kind of chemical decay of sorts.
Okay.
How many people are around this thing right now?
Well, after the little outburst of the rude millennial or Zennial,
Yeah, he's a
They
Gen Z.
folks kind of wandered back off and down the pipe. So y'all are alone right now.
Connor will lean into it and I guess reach out and place his hand on it.
All right.
Just kind of feel the material it's made out of, and might even will the exos the parasite. What the hell am I thinking? Symbiote. There you go. To will my symbiote to come up on my hand and come in contact with it as well.
Okay.
See
So
if
there's
we-
no people around at all.
No, not right now.
So it'd be
As-
safe for me to not to be visible again.
Yes.
All right, I will become visible.
As you touch it, you get this cold feeling of metal.
Okay. Will I get any kind of response or any kind of difference if I reach out mentally?
Mm. I will have you roll an insight.
All right.
Won't be a very hard one.
15.
I'll
As
tell
you-
I'll tell Connor that it smells as though you said it was a chemical decay.
Yes.
I'll specifically tell him that.
Okay. As you touch it and you're looking around, you realize this is probably an artist's interpretation of what the space shuttle looked like if it was a shuttle.
Gotcha. Well, we probably already know that from research, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But as the chemical decay, it seems to not actually radiate from this metal object, but maybe something deeper in the dirt.
All right.
Can
And
anyone
there's
get under?
there's nobody around, right?
No. As of right now, no.
All right. So Connor will look around, and he'll go under it, mistwise,
Okay.
and just kind of seep up underneath it and find any kind of crevice or whatever might be underneath the artist rendition.
Okay. Give me a perception.
16.
Okay. I will say able to find that you can go through very small holes, correct?
I mean, I'm pretty much gaseous form.
Okay. You make your way through an ant farm maze as you go further down to ground. You do come across a small stone-like object that looks completely different from anything else here. From as you travel through the ground.
Do I have any idea how far down I am?
Let's see. It's been 30 years. I would say you're probably a good 6 feet, 7 feet down.
Okay. And obviously not enough room where I'm currently at to materialize anything.
No.
I can't reach out and talk mentally. So I will backtrack, keep a mental map of the direction I'm coming from, and go back up topside. Is it still clear?
Do you see a couple folks? Well, you don't see. You hear a couple folks coming up the road or up the path, but you don't see anybody as a.
I will go invisible again.
Okay.
We'll kind of swirl up around Kyle and kind of float near his head.
Okay.
I will mentally reach out to Army to see if he is able to pick up on my mental. And I can't guarantee he can. I'm just saying that's what I'm going to try to do if there's somebody coming.
Yeah.
Army?
Yes.
Oh, you can
I
hear me.
will just think.
You can hear me. Okay, good. About 6 feet down is an object. I had to go through an ant bed, and I will mentally map it out. So
Ants?
yes, ants.
Okay.
You can burrow,
There's
right?
nobody here yet, right?
Now you just hear an old man, probably good 100 yards down,
Okay.
talking about, yeah, over there on those hills where me and your Uncle Bobby. Yeah. So,
Teleporting over there and then burrowing.
And as he teleports off, I will make my way to a thicket of trees
okay.
and rematerialize. That way I look like I'm walking out of the woods instead of just materializing out of thin air.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. What is it? What do you have?
Well, I have, hold on. Let me,
Well, I'm talking about Connor's ability to map it out correctly.
Oh, geez. Okay.
That would be, you could just do like a intellect roll. Do you have eidetic memory, anything like that?
I'm looking.
That's what I was trying to say.
I don't think I do. I have assessment, but I don't think I have. I don't have the memory thing.
well, I do have spatial awareness and, my senses,
Give me an investigation roll, Connor. And you have heightened senses, don't you, Army?
yeah, I have acute, accurate, and analytic smell.
Okay.
And I can track by smell. And I also have spatial awareness.
The map's a little jargon, but with your spatial awareness, go ahead and give me that investigation.
Okay. My perception,
Or perception, yes. Sorry, I just saw investigation there.
no problem.
Be right back.
Alrighty.
That's it.
As you're following the mental map, you realize I just need to go straight down, not do all the bits and turns, and you're able to find a metallic-like stone,
Place.
about 2 inches by 3 inches,
Place.
that you're able to pick up and bring back.
Okay. I'm going to munch on a few ants while I'm doing this. Just for the joy of it.
Down.
So.
Okay.
And I will bring it back up to the surface.
Okay. Let's see. I assume you're.
And I'm pushing it back up with my nose.
Okay.
Well, you could always grab a hold of it and teleport back up, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could.
But then you won't get the ants.
Yeah, then I wouldn't get the ants. So.
Alright. So you bring it back up. It's a belly full of ants. What do you want to do now?
Well, if there are other people around, I'm just going to curl up around it.
Okay.
And then Connor or Kyle can pick me up.
Connor will get you.
Okay.
Connor goes to and Kyle grabs you. Alright.
And, leave the stone in his hand.
Okay.
If you want to, we can go back to the ship.
As
Or to our
soon as
vehicle.
Might be a good idea.
As soon as the stone hits my hand, all of a sudden, and Arnie can see this, probably Connor can see this. My eye starts, my irises of my eyes looks like a D20 hitting, and they both roll to a natural 20, and my eyes glow for like a split second, and that was it, except for Arnie. All of a sudden, Kyle takes a step, and he's moving a lot faster than he was before.
Oh, okay. What
So,
happened?
so yeah, looks like it's something about his powers evolved.
Okay,
In other words, I got some speed to help me go faster.
gotcha. Okay.
Trigger's following right along behind you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Let's slow down.
You said go back, right?
Well, I think we should all gather someplace that's less conspicuous.
Oh, okay. You want me to get everybody together again?
No. Just use your comm.
Oh, okay. He picks out or puts his hand up to his ear or whatever that's supposed to be the palm and goes, guys, over here. And I wave up.
Somebody should show a kid how to use communicators.
Well, I mean, you gotta
Hey,
look.
Kyle?
When he was doing the Call
Kyle.
of Duty stuff, he was screaming like that during the fighting the zombie stuff.
Mm-hmm. Kyle, you're
Yeah.
you're in her ear, brother. You don't have to yell.
I wasn't yelling.
Okay. We're on our way.
Yes.
So,
Get back to the airship and see if we can analyze this thing.
Okay. So you get back to the ship, and you run it through your test, or you pasting it or something like that.
Oh, look at me. I'm not the scientist type.
well, I don't know what the ship has. Oh wait, hold on. I think it's on your list.
And
Yeah, I just don't know what the ship is capable of.
well, we also need to see if we can task maybe a satellite of any kind.
So what is this over here on the map?
What map?
The map on the main screen.
Yeah. What is this?
Really? Because I'm still at the school.
Oh, you might have to refresh.
I must.
I had to refresh.
Because we were here.
Mm-hmm.
What you said this was something.
Nope. I'm still in the school.
Huh.
Hmm?
I'm in the courtyard still. Did you move everybody but forgot to move me or something?
How do I remove you off it? Because apparently I...
Just drag my name from below to the map, I think.
Yeah, I had you did that for the other thing. I just trying to
Yep,
get
I'm
rid
there
of
now.
that, so... Okay. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you see it now?
Over here?
From what you can tell, it's just a circle of rocks. You haven't really gone up there and investigated.
And where are we at right now? Are we here?
No, down.
That's where we were.
The...
That's where the fake ship was, and
Okay.
where you went underground.
Yeah. This is where everyone's at currently and heading back to the ship.
So the
This
ship's
is-
about right here.
Where
Where did we land?
you would have probably landed down this area here.
Down here.
It's out, yeah, where it's you could actually clear and then walk up the path.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, we can
Uh.
search this before we go back to the ship if that's what you want to do, Army.
Yeah, that would be fine. I think we should check it out.
Where you want to go?
He said there's some standing stones up on the hill there, so maybe we can go check that out too before we head back to the ship.
Okay. And Kyle starts taking off running.
I'm gonna head there.
Okay.
Trigger will follow right behind you.
So me, Trigger, and Arnie are up at the
Trigger's
hill
not even
right
breaking
now.
a sweat.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Trigger's trotting right
Wow,
behind
you've
her.
gotten really fast.
I don't know. When I touched that stone, something happened. I have this thing about stones. Every time I touch them, it's something really fucked up. Last time my friends were killed, that was a happy one.
Well,
As you
this
make
one does not make
Good.
you unhappy.
As you make your way up, you do see a stone structure that is somewhat of disarray. You have rocks that have fallen over, but you do notice it is in a somewhat of a circular shape.
No people around.
No people are around.
Okay.
You don't see any markers or anything like that that indicated alien life form landed here or whatnot. You hear the stories from the folk that are around that there were some lights seen up in this area, but nothing on the official reports that you were able to pull up.
Now, when we come back up with the stone, I will probably ask
I'll be visible.
Reginald, if he's around, if
Right.
this smells like what he thought it smelled like.
Do I need to roll investigation or perception?
Are you talking about the stone smelling what you smelled?
Right.
Yes, that is what you smelled.
Okay.
Yes.
So once
Yes.
we get to the stones, I'll ask you to check it and see if you can get the same smell.
All
Yeah.
right.
Or up in this area,
Mhm.
smell wise.
Mm-hmm.
It just smells like a forest after rain. No game markers or anything. But with that, as you're sniffing around, I will say on one of the rocks that has fallen over, you do see an odd looking indentation on the near the bottom of the rock.
Like
Can't
a
really
button? Like a button?
not a button, just
Maybe
maybe a
will fit in
carving, maybe a carving of sorts. Can't really tell because it's laying down. But you see, sort of like if you look inside your hand, you have like a little love line or whatever. Kind of
Right.
looks like that coming from the rock.
I will point it out.
Should I stand it up?
Yeah, stand it up, Bobby.
Or does it look like a stone could fit in there?
No.
Okay.
As you stand it up, it's kind of covered in mud mostly. Try to clean it up. You do notice some runes of sorts in it. For lack of better term, some carvings into the rock and
Some kind of language.
yes.
I speak French, German, Greek, Japanese, Russian, and Spanish. Does any of that coincide?
No.
Gotcha. Okay.
I know Korean.
No.
Arnie?
Well, there are a couple of things I can do. I think the first would be to see if there are any temporal signatures on them. Let me try that first.
Okay, you're looking for.
So it's a perception check as I send my senses back in time.
Okay.
While he's
And
doing
then I
what?
do have one other thing I can do.
Now, while he's doing that, I'm just going to walk around and look at all the other stones while he's doing that.
Okay. With the 17, your vision goes back a lot further than you expected.
Okay.
When it comes to this particular stone,
Mm-hmm.
seems like flashes of modern time clothing fading back into Victorian, and further back you see a female, dirty, sort of dreadlock type hair. She has some kind of painting onto her face. And you actually see her carving into this stone as you kind of look over, or you see her look over, and you see a tall humanoid shape, but you can't really make out what that is.
Okay, I let them know what is happening, and I'm sending you a message.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm going to have to reset my utilities. Okay. Yeah. And you then see Army kind of wandering around and licking the rooms.
If you're hungry, I'm sure we can find something for you to eat, Army.
Oh no, it's not that. I'm scanning them.
By licking them?
Well, I need something to convert it to a tactile thing.
Hey, you do you.
What you're realizing, this is ancient, what folks would call galley.
Okay.
These the old Celtic tribes, roughly about 424 or 540 to 424 BC time frame. That's how far back you went.
Okay.
And the symbols are indicating basically she was a shaman of sorts and was writing down what this humanoid creature was relaying to as basically the mysteries of the universe. And in these carvings you see shapes that kind of look like spaceships. You see what seems to be like a DNA coding.
Okay.
The double helix. And just basically if if they were able to learn more, they could have probably had like the cures to every another disease out there, and
Mhm.
but you notice that this stone is only half. Seems like it was cut off halfway through
Okay.
the sentence at the end. But yeah. Reginald, you were looking for the other stones, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You do see one that is kind of standing up. The weather has kind of faded, but you do see that there are some scratch marks into the stone.
Okay. Like animal scratch marks?
More like symbols of sorts.
Like carved with like a knife or something?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry
Bless
about
you
that.
again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And I will point this out to everybody.
Okay.
What's that?
It looks like somebody has carved the same. It looks like the same style of room, right?
Right.
Over here on all of the stones.
Did you notice this?
We need
Go
a
ahead.
magic. We need a magic person. Is what we need.
Well, actually,
I was gonna say,
Army's going to say, there are some things I've been learning from the books I've read. I'm not sure exactly how. I'm not exactly sure if it'll work, but one of the books has a ritual for sending a person's consciousness back through time. I have ritualists now.
Okay.
I can't cast magic, but I do have ritualists.
You can follow instructions, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
and-
am going to use my hero point and see if I can. And I'm going to use it to get a clue.
Okay. But that's the faded symbol that you can kind of see. You do notice markings on beside it and down below and above, but they've pretty much over time with weather and all that, it's kind of degraded.
Right.
So you want to use your hero point to get a clue about.
Well, I figure we've got enough information here from this site and this site.
Well, before you spend that, let's just talk for just a second.
Okay.
We have found that Kyle is carrying a genetic marker and that his sister and mother, no, I don't know if his mother carried it, but his sister carried it as well as one of their distant ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Have we ever checked Bobby to see if he carries that marker?
I don't know.
We may want to see if Bobby carries that marker. I can do a self-diagnostic to see if Dr. Abel injected that marker into me. But what it seems like is that marker was placed into specific people by an alien race.
You mean I'm not from Earth?
No, you're from Earth, but you were genetically modified by aliens.
Hey, nobody stuck no probe up my butt.
Don't
No, it was
quite
ancestral
think that's
butt.
what he meant.
Yeah, your ancestor's butt got probed.
Oh, okay. As long as I got probed, that's yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, where is Miss Kitty?
And Sir Reginald, we may need to check you because you were uplifted, and this may be one of the things that was used to uplift.
Well, hey, check his butt.
I don't need to check anyone's butt.
See if he got probed.
No,
He
no,
does
I just
walk around like he has a stick in his ass.
we'll just need some skin scraping. So I'm going to have to build something to do the analysis because I did not see DNA microchip or anything. And Dr. Baxter isn't here.
By the way, I took the 5 of the capsules from your thingamajigger that we can take.
Yeah.
You want to use one of them?
They can't create equipment. They can create holograms or a vehicle.
What? Oh, that's right. They can. Oh, wait a minute. Here, put it down and. Ooh, motorcycle.
Yeah. So you have a motorcycle.
Right.
I'm going to have to build something.
Well, can't you break that down and then?
No, that's nanodust. I can't use it.
Okay.
What do you need, Art?
I just need some raw material, some scrap metal.
Some scrap metal?
I just want to make sure we are understanding that this is what it seems like. Now, how this relates to the Obsidian Brotherhood, I'm not sure. Are they trying to recreate this process so they can make superhumans?
Well, I mean, it's no idea with it when that doctor's involved, or when that, what was he, a general?
Yeah.
Yes. General... Oh, hold on.
Nash Whitmore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea. No telling when he's involved. You know what? You might want to check mine too.
Yes. So I think that's something we need to look into.
Can they move the ship from here to here?
No.
Or is there enough room?
Your ship that you're on?
Yeah. We landed here, right?
Yeah, you landed down here. No one told anyone to come try to find a spot up here to land.
No, we can go back.
I'm just gonna contact her. We got comms, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm just gonna contact her and see if she can move the ship to where we're located.
Are you all ready to be picked up?
Well, no. We need assistance.
Okay.
Gonna blast a hole here.
So she might be able to land like right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think.
So does the ship have stealth technology? Because
Yes,
there'll be a
it
lot of
does.
people saying
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know these things until, you know.
I don't know how big the ship is, so.
I am, by the way, I am also sending out my hacking port to
Yeah, there's no
find
real...
the symbol.
Okay.
Hey, Sir Reginald.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Kyle puts down in front of you a little capsule and goes, tricycle. He goes, here you go. Hands you the tricycle so you can ride it, so you can get around.
Ah, well.
And he just walks off, just smirking like he got one over him.
Okay. Ah, well. You got me. Yes.
Alright. If you look at the mysterious note again, it'll tell you what the symbol is.
Okay. It's a such Bithal, but
Everlasting love and union between two people. And
bringing two people together.
yeah.
Oh, so that's the symbol? Looks like a circle with the two little wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a symbol of the unity between humanity and this alien species.
So you're saying the aliens and the humans from way back when screwed?
No, I'm saying that the aliens genetically engineered human with their DNA.
Why?
Because they could.
Perhaps we were experiments, or you were experiments.
Okay. Sir Reginald is an uplifted bear, an intelligent bear. I am an uplifted armadillo. So obviously the aliens took something more primitive and uplifted humanity. They gave you an evolutionary boost.
Right.
Yeah. And as you're talking about it, you also remember the old Sumerian lore about how aliens came down and came down to Sumeria, and where they were creating basically their perfect slaves.
Right.
The whole ancient aliens thing.
Yes,
The Anunnaki.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the Anunnaki were creating slaves.
Mhm. So this may be something similar to that. If it was actually creating slaves, if it was genetic modification, or if they made it to create a new species.
Made, used us to create those launch pads that we've gotten all sorts of places.
Does he have enough from the ship? Does he have enough to be able to create the device that he needs?
Yeah. I'll just get somebody to take a couple extra stones and stuff in there for me, and I can do it.
Okay. So you're
Just give
taking
me some duct tape, some stone, and a couple straws.
Minecraft building. Minecraft crafting.
Okay. So you put this thing together, and what are you doing? Exactly.
For some reason, I just closed my notes.
Okay.
What'd you do that for?
Basically, I'm doing something that's not going to take me much time at all. I'm utilizing my crafting power to create something very specific. It is a sense detecting the genetic marker. And
Okay.
I am using it on each person, including myself and Sir Reginald, to see if that was added to either of us.
Okay. As you're going through, who would you like to test first?
Well, to make sure it works, I am testing Kyle.
Okay. As you're pulling up Kyle's DNA markers, you do see it flows naturally through his system, and that marker is in there.
Yeah.
So he's our control.
Yeah. Next would be Bobby.
Through Bobby's DNA, you notice that there seems to be a certain point in his DNA, instead of a double helix, it's a quadruple helix.
Okay.
That shows the marker inside that quadruplet helix. Like that, someone took a sample of the DNA and stacked it on top of his, merged it, sorts.
Okay.
And I will
So
go
he was
ahead.
genetically engineered with the marker.
Yes. Apparently,
And-
when Baxter helped him out to be able to walk again and all this other stuff, some experiments were done.
Yeah.
And you'll find the same kind of markings on Connor. And for you two animals, you see different kind of markings with
Modified.
modified markers, as well as there are implants into your spine, and you're familiar with the nanonites. They're a modification of these nanonites that seem to be mixed in with your DNA.
That I knew about for my character. So
Yeah.
I will explain this to everyone. So, Bobby, it seems that Dr. Baxter engineered the marker into you. And Connor, it appears that it was engineered into you as well. And to Reginald, it is a modified form of this marker is found in both of them.
So we were all created essentially from the same thing.
Right. Kyle is the only one that has it naturally.
So, all right, never mind.
Connor, you were experimented on with your whole unit.
Yes, but one of my unit, I'm certain, had the same genetic marker to begin with. I was going to ask
Right.
about that, but it's not my place to
But-
ask about right now.
But you don't have his DNA here to actually.
No,
test.
I just know his name, and it matched
Yeah.
it matched something else, another name we've come across.
Yes.
Okay, now that we have this piece of information, these Celtic markings on this circle, this alien location, everything, if I was to spend the hero point now for
Mhm.
inspiration, would I get? How do I know? Like, how does all this fit together? How does like, do we need more information, or like, what would I be able to use the hero point to garner an inspirated clue? Let's put it that way.
Okay. I will say the source of supernatural powers, you were able to realize that the mixture of indigenous humanoids compared to alien humanoids, the mixture of DNA, whether it was through engineering or mating, to create this new line of humanoid that, depending on just right circumstances, could trigger supernatural powers. You've determined that the alien spaceship, what was inside it, was apparently one of these alien entities, and that the government did some experimentation on it and was able to manufacture this strand of DNA to try to create superhumans, which they haven't had any successful tests until recently with their particular military units. And apparently a couple of the doctors that were working on that went a little too
Crazy.
and, decided to experiment on a circus bear and other random animals.
And this dysprosium, is that what the stone is made out of?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, how'd you see that? But I forgot that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize it was up there. So yes, we are also analyzing the stone. So.
Okay. Yeah. They're analyzing a very rare earth element that is metallic, bright silver cluster. You're thinking that this might have been some time of what the spaceship was made out of.
Okay.
It's not necessarily in this shape.
Form. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, this might actually explain why this type of stone activated it. If this is from the spaceship and it has very unique magnetic properties, it could easily have interacted with the genetic marker that was placed in your lineage.
As y'all were doing all this, you don't see Kyle anymore, but off about about 30 feet into the woods or something, all of a sudden you hear a motorcycle starting up. And, when Jared comes back, he looks panicked, like, you guys need to check on this. So the motorcycle is driving itself because Kyle's invisible. And he's just going any kind of path he can make. Because this is English woods, isn't it, Marcus?
Yes.
So there's plenty of room between the trees.
Yeah.
I actually just watched a movie that took place in Rendlesham Forest last night.
Okay.
It is very open.
Yeah. So Kyle is like riding this new bike he just made it through the woods.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of correlation with the orientation of the stones? Like, are they all facing like toward each other? Like all the markings? Is there I want to stomp around in the middle of the circle? Is it hollow? Is there like a trap door of some kind? Or was this some kind of summoning circle? I mean, anything at all.
As you uplift all these stones, you kind of see
Well,
it.
I don't have the strength of Bobby. But
Oh.
I don't. I'll help.
Yeah.
Bobby can help you.
As you uplift these stones, they're roughly about 5-6 feet tall. Unlike what you saw Stonehenge, but it seems the start of this story begins with the northern stone, and it kind of goes clockwise. So it seems to maybe correlate with the celestial alignments of the planets out in space, but that you don't see anything that would resemble a landing spot. No scorched earth or anything like that. Just the story seems to start at northern and comes all back around to like a full circle, and it talks about the creation of this alien life form.
There's a faster way than me licking these. Bobby, Connor, could you get your phones out or anything that could take pictures and just start taking pictures of these? I can have them scanned in later and I can read the data.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure, no problem. And I take out my little flip phone and start taking pictures.
Yeah.
It's flip phone. What's that?
Connor has one of the little flip phones.
Good
But you
eye.
see what
Go ahead.
seems like with the stones, your translation's a little rough, but it seems like it says Demicus, and you see like 7 points
Way down, buddy.
for if you're ever familiar with Stargate, the 7 points for a 3-dimensional location.
Right.
You see that marking and gives you a brief history of the planet, and then talks about the journey, and then the location or meeting up with native humanoids, bonding their 2 DNAs, and creating a stronger race to survive on this planet that seems to be in turmoil from earthquakes and volcanoes eruptions back in those times.
And the planet's name was Thymicus?
Yes. That, if you happen to Google that and something comes up, I'll be impressed. There's just name pulled off my head.
Now there's been a challenge.
Well, I don't think an alien will come here and say, "Oh yeah, my planet is LHS 475."
Yeah. No, all that comes up is the Thymus plan, so.
Okay.
Okay, so I think obviously to an armadillo, Dr. Abel and General Nash came across this in some way, shape, or form. Considering the spacecraft is something that may have found its way into military hands, Colonel Nash may have discovered it from some of those channels. Dr. Abel may have found them from her research and them giving her things and whatever. They have some reason for looking into this.
As you relay, Connor will knows that the general used to be part of DARPA. You oversaw DARPA, and the doctor was part of that before sending these teams out on their test runs. For those who don't know, DARPA is the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. They do all the classified secret.
Anything that's like, funky, new age, new gear, like DARPA handles it. Whether it be ray guns or radars or any kind of a weird equipment.
Okay, so they would have had. So Connor, they would have had access.
Yeah, they would have access. I mean, I'm not saying they may have found it on their own and went on their own accord to do so. They may have been ordered to use it.
Well, yeah, but I think the important thing is what is their goal now?
That is a good question.
If you look at the binary decoded note,
may just be a matter of doing it because they can do it.
Yeah,
or we don't have all the pieces yet.
Yeah, High Brazil is the origin point of at least by what this looked like, the origin point was High Brazil, and we now have a location for High Brazil. And as we talked about before, we're sure that's in the middle of the water.
Yeah, if you want to put in those coordinates.
Yeah, so we may want to take Vanessa up on her option of that ship, that sub, and check that out. Unless, of course, there is a British sub that we could utilize, but
Yeah.
Or we could just go to the boat and check it out.
that too.
Yeah, but it was stealthed. So yeah, we can find its location, but the exact location of it might be an issue before we get shot down, because we do know they have
Missiles.
missiles. Yes, we do know
I
they have
have
means to
been
shoot us
working
down.
on that problem, but
You've been working on what
I'm still
problem?
working
Being
on
shot
that
at by
solution.
missiles?
Yeah. See if I can.
Hey, Bobby, you get a text. Get messages on 420.
Hold on a second. And Discord will be basically where those coordinates for Harpzilla show up.
okay.
According to Google Earth.
Yeah. It's still on the continental shelf of.
Did that
Okay.
through? Okay.
We're not too far from it.
No.
And that might be where that does that ship look like it's going that direction?
It actually looks like it's turned and going towards. Wait, pull up. Rotate. Looks like it's heading towards Tangier, southern Spain, Africa.
But
Looks
not
like it's-
towards that place.
Right. Best location you've got is it's south of Portugalete, some islands in the middle of the Atlantic.
Okay.
Heading towards the direction of like Seville, Spain, or Casablanca, Rabat. There's a
They're going
Basically
through
what-
the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
They're going around.
Isn't that where in 2 weeks we have to be?
Where? I know we said it was desert, but it wasn't Egypt.
Pakistan.
Okay. Middle East.
Yeah. But now you saw the future. They may not know exactly where they need to go, so they could be searching the desert for a few weeks.
And let's see, Pakistan is not.
Over that way, no.
Well, it's also.
It is if you
No,
go
I'm thinking
far enough.
Pakistan is not on our list.
Yeah, it is. That's where the Great Sphinx is.
Pakistan?
The image that the Sphinx-like thing. Where's the note on
Oh.
that?
Oh, that thing. Okay, I'm thinking of the Great Sphinx of Egypt.
Yeah.
You're talking about one of the Babylonian things, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
But from direction going to Black Sea, you think that, and knowing about Sphinx of sorts, that they're probably hitting Egypt first and
Yeah.
exploring all that before moving to other
Well-
locations.
What that means is we could actually beat them to this thing to see what we find there first.
You want to just go there now?
I
Yeah.
think that's a good idea.
We can do that.
That's my vote.
Yeah, sounds like it's almost a unanimous thing. Let's head that direction.
Wait, where's Kyle?
Oh, he was riding the motorcycle in the woods. Hang on, I'll text him.
Yeah.
And you hear after Bobby texts Kyle, you hear the motorcycle heading back toward y'all.
Okay.
Yep. Kyle doesn't lose focus whatsoever. We're in trouble.
No. We need to work on that.
And as he comes into the clearing, he's like trying to pop a wheelie, and hits one of the runs into one of the bricks or the stones.
Oh, don't Griswold this.
Oops.
Well, it's a good thing we have somebody here who can stand him back up if he hits it hard enough to knock it down.
Okay, let's go. And he just leaves the bike there.
Connor will walk over and retrieve
Use
it.
your app and just decommission.
Yeah, poof it back to dust and then pick it up.
Okay,
Yeah, the dust
hold
just
on.
will settle. It becomes inert.
Sand.
Just hit decommission.
Sand.
Okay.
That's what decommission means.
Yes, it becomes sand. Yes.
Okay. So, sand. Yep, it worked. Arnie, you make good skit. He picks you up. Where we going?
We're going to Pakistan.
That's going to be a long run.
And not that long.
We're heading
That's why
back
we
to
have-
the plains
That's why we
first.
have the airplane.
And he does not acknowledge that you're talking. So, where's the plane? Like he didn't hear a word you said.
Vanessa, can you pick us up?
Alright. She will actually kind of have to hover along the edge there,
Mm-hmm.
so you'll have to kind of run and jump into
Okay.
it. It's only
I'll
two.
teleport Kyle and myself on.
Okay. It's not a huge jump. I mean, you might be able to stretch your leg all the way out and step on, but yeah, the dynamics of the ship in that space
What?
isn't very big.
Why are we going to Pakistan?
Well, we realized the Obsidian Brotherhood may be going to Egypt to look for the Sphinx, but thanks
Lay down.
to Connor's precognition,
Did you say sphincter?
no, Sphinx.
What's-
But we're going there to try to beat them.
Okay, let's go. Ooh, Vanessa, let me put in coordinates.
Alrighty.
So wherever we're supposed to go, luck
Where you
is
On our side.
is on our side.
Yeah, now I gotta figure out where the hell is that exactly.
This is Balakistan, Chistan.
Yeah. The Bakloochistan Sphinx.
The Bakla what?
Okay, but
The
it's-
sphincter? What? Sphincter said
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking through my notes trying to pull it all up.
Yeah. Yeah. Natural rock structures.
Is that the one that looks like a cat? Why is it in Pakistan? I thought the Sphinx was only in Egypt.
So, actually, there were some Babylonian Sphinx as well.
Y'all are hurting.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure they glossed over it in your high school history class.
Yeah, sphinxes are found all over.
I mean, I'm sure there is actually nothing on armadillo history there.
Arnie, that was my first class of the morning. I usually just, kind of slept through history.
Right,
The
right.
armadillo purge of the 1970s.
All right.
This is why I think we should start a new history class for you maybe in the early afternoon. Maybe I can make you an interactive history program.
Will it have cute girls?
Not if it's historically accurate.
Hey, if you got me, Babylonian girls teaching history, I'm sure I'd pay a lot more attention.
What do you think about that, kid? Do you think that's a good idea?
Sure.
With huge tracts of land.
Yes. Huge tracts of land.
Hey, I asked where Miss Kitty was, and he didn't answer, so she ain't here right now.
She's on the ship with Sal. And I keep forgetting that she exists.
So that's no excuse.
All right.
Then I wouldn't ask for cute Babylonian women then if I'm around Miss Kitty.
It's okay. Well, do your own thing. Why isn't this popping up? Thank you. No. And now let's. Okay. Menu. And save. So,
What is this?
wasn't expecting to come here now.
Oh, that's quite all right. If you need us to go somewhere else first.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
Like I
we
said,
can
only
stop
thing I
off in
said.
Paris and fight, a small band of Parisian supervillains.
Like I said, I just put in the coordinates where Lux sent us. So,
Uh-huh.
you can put that wherever the hell you want.
Yes, we have to fight off an entire squad of mind-controlling rodents who stand on people and, control them by pulling their hair.
Oh, so we're going to Paris. Gotcha. What did you
There'll
do?
always be an equipment malfunction between here and there, and we'll have to land temporarily to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no telling what Kyle did up there.
Stop. You did it.
There's a lot of interesting places between England and Pakistan.
Yeah. But with luck, it just so happens to show up right there.
I'll say, with luck, you can make us show up at any place we're actually needed at that doesn't necessarily have to do with the main mission.
Yeah.
While we are on our way wherever we're going,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send you a message.
Okay. All right. It's loading. Slowly but surely loading. Ease on down. Ease on down. Ooh. Sorry for the delay, folks. New map is taking a sweet time loading now. But alright. What do we have here? Okay.
Oh, I said deep. I meant dark. I think you knew what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Okay. Oops. Okay. Y'all end up. Oh. Okay. There you go. That's.
Is this the hillside?
This happens to be Bush.
You don't say.
A city in Pakistan. That you're able to land at secretly, but you will need to get some kind of transportation to go through the mountainside. So basically, like renting horses or donkeys, or unless y'all want to physically hike.
What ATVs?
Is this where we're supposed to be?
This is the region, yes.
Okay.
have we switched maps?
Yes. Did it not go through?
Well, no, it means I need to reboot.
Okay. Yeah, this map was brought to you by Google Earth.
No, I'm just reading chat.
Oh.
I'm not gonna.
Oh.
So Reginald, your services are required.
Apparently.
Alrighty. Well, it is 9:30. If y'all want to think about what you want to do here.
Considering you've not thought about this,
And
you have not planned this out yet, we could end early and talk just a little bit about what plans are, because I've given you what army is doing en route.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good place to stop for the week.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you can check and see exactly what happens here with us next Thursday. To find out, what vehicle does Kyle take for a joyride in Pakistan?
Is it big enough to accommodate a grizzly bear?
Yeah, there's that too. So yes, check back with us next week for another episode of With Power Comes. If you can't wait till next week, for next Thursday, for your tabletop RPG fix, you can join us tomorrow night for some Consequences of Chaos. And you can join us for Wednesday night for some Organized Play. I did not get any word or any clarification on whether or not we're going to have a special one-shot streamed Saturday. So at this point in time, I don't believe so. So just check back with
I would
us.
be okay with it.
Yeah, just check back with us on Wednesday, and we will continue playing to organized play, and then of course here for Thursday. So either way, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are in this adventure called Life Together. So please keep that golden rule in mind, and treat those around you the way you would like to be treated yourself. And with that, have a good week.